because I totally forgot that, you know, if a certain team wins, then a certain team goes here, and if a certain team wins or loses, they go here, and I totally forgot about how, like, the wild card games and stuff like that work in the NFL. My bad. In this video, we're talking basketball, we're talking NBA, we're talking about building your team, but only with $15. Now, this is from the Instagram page, NBA_opinions_23. Wow, very nice name. And they have this picture up of build your loyal starting five using $15. And by a loyal lineup, I'm assuming it's with players who have stuck around with a certain team for a long period of time. So, at the point guard positions, we have at $5 Steph Curry, definitely a good option at $5. $4 you have Damian Lillard, very nice $4 player as well. You got Jamal Murray at $3, which, oof, we all know playoff Jamal Murray is no joke. We have a $2 Ben Simmons, very good defender. And at $1 we have Fred VanVleet, which you can argue is more of a two guard, but hey, they have him at point guard. He's a point guard in this sort of discussion. At the two, we have Klay Thompson. Then we have Devin Booker. $3 we have Bradley Beal. $2 Donovan Mitchell, also not too bad. And $1 CJ McCollum, who's actually having a very good season for himself this year. Very happy about that. At the small forward position for $5, we have Jonathan Isaac. Then we have OG Anunoby. I know, kind of a big drop in talent from point guard, shooting guards. Oh my god! And then you have small forwards, not too high, but we have Joe Ingles at $3, Jetty Osmond at $2, and at $1 you have Denzel Valentine. And at the power forward positions at $5, we have Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jason Tatum at $4. Was it OG Anunoby again? Pascal Siakam at $3. We have John Collins at $2, and at $1 we have Aaron Gordon, which is a pretty good snag for $1. Center, we have a $5 Nikola Jokic. At $4 we have Joel Embiid. Wow, that's pretty cool. $3 Karl-Anthony Towns. We picked him up in my last video. If you haven't seen it, I'll probably, put it somewhere at the corner of the screen right now. Make sure you check out part 1, episode 1. I don't know. Bam Adebayo at $2, and then Rudy Gobert at $1 for Rudy Gobert. That might be a steal. We're gonna talk about it. So, yeah, $15. If you don't know this sort of concept, I explained it in the other video, but you basically have a total of $15. Each player has a price set on them. You have to make a starting five using only the $15 you have. So you can't obviously put all $5 players. You don't have enough money. If you wanted to, you could put all $3 players. That's $15. There you go. But usually try to mix it around, make the best team possible. So this is going to be very interesting. Well, I have a good idea what I want to do. I haven't really looked at this one for that long. I kind of like the last one. I kind of like just like freestyling when I do these things just off the top of my head. Trying to test myself, I guess. Let's see here. Usually the first thing you do is when you look at these sort of charts and these sort of things, you look for steals. And I think I can see a couple good steals right now. And obviously having a great defense might be the best possibility you could go with, because obviously all of these players on here are great offensive players, but I think defense is what is going to separate some of the teams me and you pick out. So I think what I'm going to do is go with a center. I'm going to pick my center first. Although Rudy Gobert is an absolute amazing center, and has some good rim protection as well. He's a very smart player for how young he is. So I think having Bam Adebayo on our team, very versatile. Again, can guard 1 through 5, can play play the 5 and the 4 spot. You can play him very differently in different ways. I would love to see him one day get a sort of stretch 5 mentality. Maybe being able to hit like a corner 3 every once in a while would be absolutely perfect. I don't think he can. Yeah, he doesn't shoot like any threes at all. That's definitely something I'd want for him in the future. He is shooting right now this season 80% from the free throw line. So you can definitely tell he's working on his shooting form by his free throw shots. So maybe once the free throw shot sort of gets, set, maybe he'll start stretching the floor a little bit with a 3-point shot. I think that'd be awesome. So he's also averaging over a block a game, over a steal a game, 5 assists, like I said. Like he's definitely a good all-around player, and I think that's what's really good about doing these lists is making the best all-around team. I think that's a good pick. So Bam Adebayo, $2 center. Okay, so now that we have my center down, let's see here. I think I'm gonna pick up another $2 player. $2 player. I know the $2 lineup looks pretty good in some spots, and I'm seeing one right now. I have a question for you. Who is the best defender on the shooting guard list? Klay Thompson. You would be right. Klay Thompson is an amazing perimeter defender, great offensive player, absolute, two-way player to the T when it comes to, being a great offensive player and defensive player. That is your man, especially, in his prime days. Don't really know what he's going to be when he comes back this time, coming off of 2 injuries. Hoping he comes back good, knock on wood for him. Hopefully he's going to be a total great player when he comes back, and I'm sure he will be. But I think spending $5 on Klay Thompson is a little pricey. So, who is the next best defender on this list? You would be correct. That is Donovan Mitchell, and I'm picking up Donovan Mitchell at $2. And in my opinion, this might be a steal because not only is Donovan Mitchell, as we've seen from the playoffs, can carry a squad offensively, scoring 50 points in playoff key games. Obviously not to get the job done, but he can definitely hold his own, being a great ball handler, almost like a point guard type player at 6'1", 6'2", but can still, create a shot for himself and also maybe even guard the opposing team's best perimeter player when it comes to the guard spot. So I'm picking up Donovan Mitchell at $2. I think that might be, again, a pretty underrated spot for him. Let's see how much she's averaging this year. I know the Jazz are doing pretty okay this year. They're the 4th seed right now in the West. Let's see. Donovan Mitchell right now is averaging nearly 23 points per game and 5 assists. Not too shabby. Again, a very all-around type player. Not a great facilitator, but like an elite scorer. Can't get a bucket every time down the floor like a KD or like a Jason Tatum type player, but can still hold his own. Don't get me wrong. Definitely a player you have to respect from the 3-point line, but isn't going to kill you from the 3-point line. You know what I mean? He's a very good all-around player, and I think that's what's very important. So, at the 2 spot, picking out a couple of these players. I'm picking up Jason Tatum at $4 for my spot. I think that's definitely a pretty reasonable price for him. I think a lot of people would probably rather have Giannis on his team because maybe defensively all around, he's definitely a guy who can guard 1 through 5. Tatum can probably guard 1 through 4s, some 4s in the league. But I think definitely Giannis is a better defender. But when it comes to getting a player the ball and getting a bucket, there's a few players on this entire list, all positions that are better than Jason Tatum. So I think having Donovan Mitchell being a sort of co-star, co-pilot at this point in time, who knows, maybe I'll get someone else, from the perimeter who can also get his own bucket from the perimeter, I think that's going to be really cool. So I have right now Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, and Bam Adebayo for my 3 guys so far. And if you tell me that's bad, come on, that's not entirely bad. I get it that Donovan Mitchell is sort of undersized, but I guess we can figure that out later on. But let's check how many points Jason Tatum is averaging this year. He's averaging, oh yeah, I think we talked about him in my last video, actually. Did I pick him in my last video? I think I did. I'm sorry if I'm sort of repeating myself, but Jason Tatum, 27 points per game, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Come on, bro. Like, that is just a crazy stat line for a dude who's already in, what, his 3rd year in the league. I think he's only 3rd year in the league. I think that's just totally crazy. I think he's definitely one of the next guys up for being sort of the next best player argument type of player, for sure, for years to come. And again, I want a guy, I want a go-to guy, and Donovan Mitchell's nice, but I think Jason Tatum may be a little bit more clutch in that sort of situation, but I think Donovan Mitchell can still get it done. So that's why he's sort of, you know, the 1B to the 1A of Jason Tatum, at least for my team. So I have my go-to scorer. I have a great perimeter defense with Donovan Mitchell and even Tatum, who can, not the best, you know, paint defense, but hey, that's what Bam is in there for. Tatum can get his own done in the paint as well. Obviously, he's played power forward a lot in his career so far, so I think I'm going with that. And then I think, let's see, I have, you know, Bam Adebayo, which is $2. I have Donovan Mitchell, which is 4. I have Jason Tatum, which is 8. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15. I have $7 left over. So I can get, you know, 2 average players, or I can get a $5 player. And when it comes to the small forward spot, I'm not necessarily looking forward to any of these guys at the small forward positions. No offense to them. I think obviously Jonathan Isaac would be the best case scenario because his defense is absolutely crazy. But with that also being said, I don't think I need him on my team. So I think I'm actually gonna go with OG Anunoby at $4. Yes, I don't know if that's a good pickup or not. That small forward position is not that great, but the only rule, at least from what I've seen in like the comments on this post, is that you have to pick 1 from every position. So you can't pick 2 shooting guards or 2 small forwards. You have to pick 1 from every position. So if that's being, you know, the rule, I have to pick 1. I'm gonna pick up OG Anunoby. All I really know is OG Anunoby is a really good perimeter defender, and you know everyone calls him, you know, the off-brand Kawhi Leonard, which is definitely not a very bad insult. It's actually probably a compliment. Is he as good of a scorer as Kawhi? No, but they're hoping that he can sort of start becoming that. This season he's averaging 12 points per game right now on about 30% honestly, with if Jonathan Isaac was a better 3-point shooter, more versatile scorer, I would no doubt pick him. But him, I don't think I need him. I think OG is a good spot, cheap player, saving some bucks as well. So I think OG at the 3. So we have Donovan Mitchell, OG Anunoby, Jason Tatum, and Bam Adebayo for my 4 spots. That leaves me with $3. And guys, I can't pick on what I want to do because we have Jamal Murray and Ben Simmons on this list still for $3 for the full $3, or there's a $2, Ben Simmons. Best case scenario. No offense to Fred VanVleet, definitely a good player, but nothing super crazy. I think we would all rather have those 2 players. So, and I'm only saying that because obviously I have $3 left. It's my last position. Does that mean I have to get Jamal Murray? Not saying I don't want Jamal Murray, but if I have to do that, that's totally fine. But if this is like more of like a realistic thing, obviously I would maybe pick Ben Simmons for $2, have $1 left over, just pick up like a McChicken or something like that from McDonald's. But you could pick up Ben Simmons at this position, but the only really rule is you have to pick 1 player from every position. That doesn't mean you have to play him there, right? Unless it does, then I'm being wrong. But then I can have Donovan Mitchell at the 1, OG at the 2, Tatum at the 3, Ben Simmons at the 4, and Bam Adebayo at the 5. Or if I even wanted to go super crazy, I can get Cat. But I already picked Cat in my last video, and I already picked Jason Tatum in my last video, so I'm trying to keep it different. So I think that would probably be the best case scenario, in my opinion, which is do that. Doing Ben, Mitchell, OG, Tatum, and Cat. I think that might be a good starting 5. But if I have to do it the way it tells me to do it, where it's just like you get a point guard, he plays that point guard. You have a shooting guard, he plays that shooting guard. I don't like Ben Simmons playing like point guard. I like him at the 4 spot, but being a point forward like a LeBron type player or a Giannis or even a Jason Tatum, like he can control the sort of the court, but still playing at the 4 spot, if that makes any sense. So if I have to do it the actual way this is listed, I'll pick up Jamal Murray for $3. So that's all of my money. Plus, with Jamal Murray being a player who looks like he can obviously take over a game whenever he wants to. Again, Denver in the playoffs, we saw him go absolutely crazy, scoring 50 points per game, just dominating the court, and actually, like, I don't want to say playing great defense, but he was really dogging a lot of players during the playoffs when he was playing, and you can definitely see that, wow, this guy definitely has a lot of heart in him, and that's what I love. So, plus he's a bigger guard. I think he's about 6'4", so definitely having that bigger size than having, a super short shooting guard and a super short point guard. You get that sort of height difference, sort of made up a little bit, at least in my opinion. Denver is struggling this series, though, being a 4-5 team, under 500, but obviously isn't not the end of the world whatsoever. Jamal Murray is only averaging 21 points per game and under 4 assists as well, so definitely probably not the year that he's looking forward to have to start out this season, where, at least in my opinion, probably we all thought he'd be a sort of breakout season. But yeah, he is listed on the height section at 6'4", which is really good. Let's see when it comes to 3-point shooting. It's actually not loading, but I know for a fact we all know that he's a good outside shooter. So if this is like, I have to play this player at point guard, I have to play this player at shooting guard, I guess I will go with Jamal Murray. But if it's like a realistic sort of thing, and I just need to pick 1 player from every category and I can play them any way I want to, I'm picking up Ben Simmons and playing him at the 4. So my actual lineup would be Donovan Mitchell as, my 1, but a different category. Then I would have OG, Tatum, Ben Simmons, and Bam Adebayo. So I don't know if that really answers your question on which one I would pick, but I guess I have 2 different answers. I think the way I want to do it is the second way, with having Ben at the 4, because Ben, as a defender, is absolutely insane. He's one of the best defenders in the game, perimeter-wise, but also interior, he's actually not too bad. so dog left over. So, yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. It was definitely a lot of fun. I love doing these with you guys.